Aurelio, I'll ask you about the game first. Obviously, a much-needed win. How did you assess your side across the 90?
I thought we were very, very good, especially in that first half. We had a lot of control of the game. That was pleasing. Pleasing that we scored a goal, albeit a set piece. It was worked very well. And we need to continue that. We were probably going to be caught with one of those balls from Bazanis in behind our defence, especially guys from the second line making runs in behind. We dealt with that reasonably well in the second half as well. And then second half, I thought we lost control. We turned over the ball, which then made us chase unnecessarily. And I would have liked a little bit more control in that second half. But we had to fight our way through it. We definitely needed the second goal because we know they're a team that are going to keep coming at you, going to keep fighting, they throw numbers forward, they take more risks, all normal stuff. But when we didn't get that second goal, we were hanging on a little bit at the end.
Well, and then the final whistle went, but the clashes didn't stop there. Could you just give us your insight into what happened after the full-time whistle? It looked like a lot of feeling.
There was a spirited game, and there's always things that are happening in the game, after the game. I don't know. I was just walking to the post-match interview, and there was something happening on the side, so wasn't sure.
You've repeatedly spoken about how this is a physical league and the like. What did you make of the physicality today? Did it cross a line, or did you think it was all within expectations?
No. There's always going to be. You're always going to have. I think I spoke about this probably after round 3 or 4. The talk, Brisbane, physical, but I said you've got to have rocks in your head if you don't want to be a physical team. Everyone is physical, and sometimes there could be, a late challenge, a missed time challenge. Absolutely normal. It happens every weekend in every game. Maybe because it's been highlighted about Brisbane, but they're absolutely normal in my view, and most teams are like that anyway. So there was nothing. There was no, double footers, scissors, or anything silly like that. So you have to be spirited. You have to be competitive. You have to compete. There's going to be 50-50s everywhere, and it should be.
What did you make of that first half where the penalty wasn't given after Atkinson? Yeah, it was deemed a foul. Did you think that should have been the penalty? That should have been a goal.
It should have been a goal. I think that was an error for sure. Yep.
And just on Caputo, hadn't scored in a few games, and for him to just get on the board today after not playing on Saturday as well, not starting, you must be pleased with him to get on the board.
I'm still angry because he didn't get 2 goals. Joey? I'm not sure. Again, pleasing for him, obviously, because he scored a nice goal. He probably could have had a second. We had a great combination from the back to the front to get him slipped in behind. Unfortunately, maybe it was just a little bit too close with the keeper, but he threw his leg at it, and he keeps working hard for us. So really, really pleased for him. But I'm pleased for the whole group because it's been a pretty tough couple of weeks for us with a lot of games, quick backups. Just to show maturity, even more maturity tonight, and the way we were aggressive, our commitment to each other. I think that was again first class tonight. So I have to give a lot of credit to the players because we can set them up in a way, but at the end they have to execute it. They have to execute the intensity. They have to execute the commitment to each other, the game plan. So full credit to everyone. It was fantastic.
And just like a 7-game run, there was only 1 win in that. Does it feel like it's a win that's going to really help your season? And it was one that you needed after going on such a long streak without sort of too many wins?
I think we needed it. It was important to get the win tonight. I think it sort of, if you want to call it, takes off a little bit of pressure. But the league is tight, but you need to start winning. To go more and more deeper into the season, without getting a number of wins, especially, I think if you can get 2 or 3 wins in a row, really propels you up the ladder. And it's tight. And, when you look at the league right now, you have no idea which way it's going to go. Absolutely zero idea. And generally, in a competition, the first, the second, and the next 3 or 4, probably you're saying that's probably going to shape up towards the end of the season like that. And it generally doesn't change that much, but I think anything's going to happen here this season.
Wong and Lapane back tonight.
Your favourite players back, Wongy?
Yeah, Wongy. That chance at the end, do you think it was just a bit of kind of rust from being out of the game for so long? Finishing that chance?
Ali's been away since pre-season. Wongy's been away probably about 6 weeks. They are unfit, and when I say unfit, they are match unfit. They've done a fair bit of work to get themselves training within the group. We had to bring him into the squad tonight. So I was really careful about, how many minutes they were going to go onto the pitch and last, and I thought 20 minutes was going to be enough. Also, back in my mind, I knew there was going to be probably 7 or 8 minutes of added time because of the Basanis incident. So they're just rusty in terms of, match conditioning. So they need to keep getting fitter. There's probably an opportunity, depending on the numbers, the NPL start some friendly games again in the coming weeks. So if we can give them some game time in that period as well, would be good.
Just a bit more on that in relation to, I guess, fatigue a bit broadly with the squad. Next game's on the Sunday, then the Friday after that. Not particularly the longest breaks. What kind of concerns do you have, or do you have concerns about fatigue?
We've done this right from the beginning of the season. The main point for us is really to make sure that every single player is getting the required recovery, and we've done that very, very well up to this point. And it'll be the same tomorrow. Boys will come in who didn't play much minutes tonight and do a top up. The boys who played the majority of the game will have their recovery. We'll have a day off after that on Thursday, and then we'll come back in for Friday and Saturday and prepare for the game against Newcastle on Sunday.
I think they're still out for a while, but you've got some news on Takeshi and Kavian since the last game?
Yeah, positive news, if you can call it an injury positive. Takeshi has just got myofascial adductor, very slight strain, which would be probably somewhere a couple of weeks, so it's nothing significant. And thank God that Kavian's escaped the ACL, and it's just medial, So we're looking, I say 4 weeks, but it also depends on how quickly he recovers. But it would be somewhere around that range, 4 or 5 weeks. So really, really happy about that. It could have been a lot worse, and it looked a lot worse for Kavian. And so he's in good spirits. He was here tonight. He's in good spirits, and it's a shame because I think he's going to be a really nice player as well. He's got an incredible football IQ. He may not have the explosive speed, but he's just so clever. So we'll be really looking forward to him when he can get himself back.
You've touched on this a little bit in your other answers, but I'll ask you to expand on it. How do you feel your team, I guess, managed the game out in that last 15, 20 minutes, well, 30 minutes including stoppage time? Because obviously tensions were rising, it was getting more physical, but you still created more of the chances. You didn't give up that many. Do you feel like your players rode the emotions and managed the game well?
That was a key for us tonight. We said, we know what Brisbane are like, and we have to stand up for ourselves, which is the first thing, but also we then have to make sure that we're focused on what's going on in the middle of the pitch, because that's the most important thing. So you can get carried away, with, who's arguing and, who's punching on or whatever's happening. You got to stay focused within, those 4 white lines and play our game. We did that so well in that first half, which was a continuation of the Sydney game, and we, it was quite transitional. I thought, especially that last 20 minutes, and Wongi's, as I said, Wongi, Lopani not fit, so not taking a risk, but we had no choice. We got to play them, and they're probably not getting to the contest just as quickly as they normally would. So they're not in position at sometimes, and sometimes when you make changes as well, sometimes you get a really good injection, and sometimes you don't. I thought they tried the backsides off Andy Naboo when he came on also. And Bess always is going to give you 100% commitment. Andy played a great ball to Wongi. Maybe Wongi's a little bit sharper with game rhythm. He probably would have slotted that away. So, and I think a lot of those, Andy hit the bar. A lot of those moments where I thought just by controlling those moments a little bit better and not making it transitional, it suits us much better.
And just on the injury front, any concerns coming out of tonight?
As far as I know, everyone's fine. Sammy, Sammy's pulled up quite well, so but we're not going to back Sammy up in a 3-4 day period, so he should be ready to go again on Sunday.